the government should have said that in case there were, inadequacies on ground, we take responsibility for that. Kasthuri Shankar, wouldn't that have made it easier for the government?
First of all, it's heartbreaking to think of the 5 lives lost, and there's really no excuse for that. You were asking me if better facilities. I think I have to first focus on the water situation. The absence of access to water actually was a planned event. It was I think the government was trying to reduce the clutter by clearing the entire beach of hawkers, so there was no private entities selling water or ice creams or drinks. Nothing was available because all the vendors had been cleared. And that actually ended up exacerbating the problem because there was no public water kiosk anywhere, which I think is a huge lapse on the part of the government. As Mr. Ramasubramanian, the DMK supporter, he himself has to agree that there was no water to be had. And to tell people to bring water bottles, that's a joke, because the self-same government will turn around and say, don't bring plastic bottles. There was lots of checking. And the other problem was walking. The access to the beach itself was curtailed, and people were forced to walk long distances in the heat to even get to the beach.
Right.
So these are all, the problem here is, more than all that, what I find extremely heartbreaking is that I just watched a DMK supporter and a BJP spokesperson indulge in a tu-tu meh-meh right here on this channel. And I'm like, are we going to talk about the people here?
Okay.
Are we going to talk about
that's a very important point that you're making, Kasthuri Shankar.
Just one more sentence. The insensitivity.
All right. Let me bring in Dr. Nikul Patel as well. Dr. Nikul Patel, people were made to suffer. And, if water was not available for people who were on ground, they were asked to walk for kilometers together just to take part in the event or just to witness the air show. How is it that facilities were available at the same venue inside the VIP tents or structures erected for the VIPs?
See, whenever you have any event, whether it is a religious event or a national event, or we can say that an event like this where Indian Air Force was involved. See, the organizers has to definitely look into every aspect of whatever management and things that are required with the expected crowd that are going to visit the venue. Now, this has been a total lack of the administration as well as the people who have organized this event, and definitely VIP culture should be avoided, because you rightly say that there was a different facilities there. But over here, I would like to say, instead of politicizing the event, we should try to work out what was the lapses and who were behind it, as what happened in last few years at different states whenever such stampede or any mismanagement happened. So I would like to just say that over here, just those people who have died, we are deeply sorrowed for that, because it is an unfortunate event. Mass gathering has to be addressed. We can say that the government will try to give its best over here, but
okay, I have to wrap up the debate. Closing comments to Kasthuri Shankar. And this attitude that, if people gather, such incidents will take place, and can we provide facilities to such a huge crowd, that needs to stop. We need to shed that first of all, because in case you do not, you're not capable and you know that you cannot handle, then why have such an event?
Exactly. I found the statements coming from some prominent leaders in government and in the ruling DMK party. Things like, if you gather in large crowds, what can be expected? And there were some, I don't want to take names, but I think the Minister and Kanimoni Madam and many of them talking about, who asked you not to bring your water bottles? Who asked you to come out in such crowds? You should have expected this. Very Mary Antoinette to me. That's how it's sounded. If you don't have bread, eat cakes. Very insensitive. That's not what we expect from a government or state. That
absolutely. But responsibility and accountability needs to be fixed. Who's responsible for the tragedy? We need answer to that very important question. While the DMK says we made adequate arrangements, and the opposition is criticizing the management or mismanagement on ground. Thank you very much, Kasthuri Shankar and gentlemen, for joining us.